I've had this written for like in like a Word document for like 3, 4 weeks, just constantly adding stuff to it and updating.
All right.
I've
I
been
will.
working on this.
I will let you take the lead and even the intro if you like.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hylian Hero here, and as usual, I am joined by my co-host Slime Boss to talk about Nintendo in 2026. With 2025 kind of being a really weird first 6 months for the Switch 2, I think it's no better time than now to go over what we think could happen in 2026, given it's pretty light on the releases so far, and we really don't have a clear roadmap for how the first full year of the system's going to go.
We
How
don't
are you
have a
feeling about the?
we don't have a clear
Okay,
roadmap, but we have some stuff, and I did want to start with what we do know.
for
But
sure.
also, I like I said in the little pre-discussion that we had prepping for this is like so far the Switch 2 has just bored me, and so I think I need that wow game to really like get me there because I thought Mario Kart was that, it wasn't. Donkey Kong Bonanza is probably that, but like I just been avoiding it like the fucking plague and I couldn't tell you why. Um and after that everything has just kind of been smaller releases, like thank God we got another Kirby Air Riders, just not for me. We got Metroid Prime 4 finally after so long, also not for me. And
Yeah.
going forward, it's just like, well, now that Metroid Prime 4 has left us, we are an open slate here now. We can do whatever we can. There's potentially anything can happen now. It's because it's been
Mm-hmm.
just long enough for literally anything. And again, the only thing that makes it weird is the Switch 2 editions, where if Animal Crossing is coming out in January, are we getting a new one at some point? And whenever they say, okay,
Some
Switch 2
point.
edition, yes, at some point. But that makes it hard for prediction in 2026. Say, for example, we had a huge discussion about Switch 2 editions earlier this year. Say, for example, I don't know, like we get Smash Ultimate, Switch 2 edition, which we'll talk about a little later. That means we're likely not getting a Smash for quite a while. And to be fair, I'm not saying that we'll get a Smash next year either. But in the case that that's happening, it makes the discussion a little weird too. So that's just my take.
I mean, we're in a really weird spot for Nintendo right now. If you would have asked me probably 3 months ago if I thought Animal Crossing was coming out in 2026 or at least being announced in 2026, I would have said absolutely because we have a Splatoon spinoff that's in the works right now, probably coming out in 2026. I have no idea what's going on with Animal Crossing, and now here we have this Switch 2 edition that's not adding a ton of like Switch 2 content, but it is adding a 3.0 update that has a
Yeah,
good a good amount of new free content.
it
And
is
obviously,
insane that's in that because we never really discussed what was in that because it kind of just happened, and especially in the middle of the
it's
holidays.
a
It's a
lot of
pretty
items.
beefy update.
It's basically a free version of Happy Home Paradise, which is
Yeah,
fine, great. I do think if it was like a paid expansion, I would be a little bit more concerned about where the next Animal Crossing is, but I do still feel pretty confident that we'll see it within the next couple of years. I think that's just how it is with Switch 2 editions entirely. Smash, I think if we do see it this year, or this upcoming year to say, I do think that's a little bit more telling that maybe they weren't working on it without Sakurai, like in the director chair. Because I mean,
yeah,
obviously he was busy with Kirby. If we do see it, I think that puts Smash maybe in the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe seat for this generation, which is, in my opinion, totally fine. I don't have a hankering for a new Smash because I know, and this may sound a little controversial, whatever they do, it's going to disappoint me because Smash Ultimate was so fantastic. So I'm not ready to see that. I'm sure other
yeah.
people are ready for something new. I'm not in a rush. If when it happens, it happens. I'm not going to be mad about it, but I'm sure Nintendo's kind of feeling backed into a corner where they're like, okay, what do we do that makes people the least upset? And that's kind of a weird spot for them to be with Smash, given every single time it's been pretty easy to go just bigger and better.
Yeah.
No.
Before we transition into what we already know, I did want to talk about kind of like my overall prediction, at least for like the next few years. Nintendo recently had an investors meeting saying that they're going to slow up on Nintendo Switch 1 releases next year.
Mhm.
And we already have Switch 1 releases at the top of the year. I think that will probably last a good large, like maybe 75-90% of the year, we'll still be seeing Switch 1 releases. 2027, that's a hard no. We will not be seeing Switch 1 releases any farther than that. 2026 will be the final year. I think that's pretty obvious because they said that. Now, that leads me into the Nintendo Switch 2 editions. If you remember, in the early days of the Switch 1, it was like I think it lasted until like 2018, 2019. I see 2017 being the final year for that type of stuff. However, we'll be seeing far less of those games and only the games that truly need it. Mario Wonder, okay, that's weird. Animal Crossing, they did a pretty good job with that. Um, there's like maybe like a handful selected games. We have a whole video on it that I could see them doing, and I think that's purely just to fill out the year. If they're and this gets to my next point. How many Switch 2 games do we get throughout the year? I think we get 3 big games, i.e. your Zeldas, your Marios, and I don't know what else you consider big games, and 3 smaller games. Because production value is much higher, and Nintendo also said this themselves, because Sony has been doing this for like the last 2 generations. Nintendo's just now starting to talk about it. I think we're going to be slowing up on how many releases that we get. However, they're still going to be living up to their philosophies of releasing a ton of games, at least one a month, because they can. And unlike PlayStation, who releases games every couple of months, and people want more. So I think Nintendo's still going to stick to their same philosophies. We'll just see a lot less new stuff going forward in a year. And so again, my overall prediction for this year is I think we're only going to really see 3 major new releases.
But I mean, that's nothing unusual compared for like any other normal big year for Nintendo. I can't think of any major year that besides like 2017 or like 2022 where we've gotten just banger after banger after banger.
That's true.
Like they only
I
have so many big games.
A 3 may not be the right number, just TLDR, there's going to be significantly less bigger titles.
Scrolling through my predictions, because as I was telling you, I'm pretty in depth on these because I do enjoy doing this every year. I I see this year being really strong year, but I mean it's also going to be a really strong year in terms of announcements for 2027 and beyond.
Hmm.
I do think we see some exciting stuff in like the few directs we're going to obviously have this upcoming year. In addition, just the games we get. Like I I think Switch 2 editions we'll see a few. I honestly think we may get another wave or two of just free updates that like fix the resolution, maybe fix frame rate, stuff like that. Like your Xenoblades, maybe Pikmin, Thousand Year Door, because it was like in the code or something that it could run in 60 frames per second. So I think we could see that.
And it was
But
the
just stuff like
Xenoblade
that.
X as well. Yeah,
Exactly.
I think there was like a performance and quality mode that was in the code for that, which is what we saw in Metroid Prime 4. So
But like for like how it was on the Switch One with the Wii U ports, we don't really need that much with the Switch Two editions because I feel like Switch Two editions implies extra content, unique content that's not going to be on the Switch One version. And they've only got so many games, and I mean we've already seen the Zeldas, we have Mario Wonder coming. There's only a few more that I can really think of that they can either do that or just make a sequel. To be fair, Animal
none
Crossing would have been on that list for me, but here we are. So
none of the and that's the biggest one, honestly. I think that's going to be the one with the most amount of new content. But the Wii U ports didn't have anything new. They did that out of obligation. Like here,
some of them,
we don't
some of them
really
did. Most of them
need
did not, though.
Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, do we? Like,
I mean, it's adding multiplayer, and it looks like a good bit of single player stuff. I mean, Rosalina was leaked to be playable in it, so obviously there's going to be some single player content, some more like substantial additions.
yeah.
So,
Which is
and I
basically the
mean,
DLC that we predicted as well back then. So,
exactly. I'm never going to complain about some 2D Mario DLC as long as there's some actual substantial single player stuff that they
please.
were teasing at the end of the trailer. But I'm not looking forward to any of the multiplayer stuff.
No, I
That's just not my thing.
could care less, honestly.
Yeah, I was falling
Like,
asleep during that segment.
like
Like,
we've been talking about it because I'm doing my 40th Mario celebration, and so we finally played through Mario U and Luigi U, and we were like, okay, well, what's next? Well, we did all the 2D Mario's that have multiplayer. So what's next? Oh, all of a sudden Mario Wonder gets announced, and we're like, okay, hopefully there's something to do there instead of the multiplayer, which again, that's like
I
one
mean,
video of like, oh yeah, check
you
it
saw
out.
the
But
You saw the Koopalings, you saw Captain Toad and like a Poplio or whatever they're called, like dressed as Captain Toad. We saw Rosalina in one of the screenshots. I do think there's gonna be some. I'm not gonna say super substantial, but I do think maybe like the Koopalings show up in different levels across the world. Maybe we get like a new space theme world for Rosalina or something. Like nothing crazy, but like Kit and Krista have said this for like the last 6 months on their podcast, and I think it's perfect. I think this is going to be Nintendo's just enough generation, or they're going to do just enough. Not
ugh,
anything more than that, just enough.
I hope not, because
And that
they're going to we are going to end up in a Wii U situation, honestly.
I don't think so. You're being a little bit hyperbolic with that
I
one, but
no,
it's not going to.
it might be an extreme take, but like console stills are already starting to slow up. And
Not
yes, it's
in
the
Japan, they're
faster
not.
just because it's the fastest selling console period ever. If they can't keep that Steam up, that's it. You capped. Year 1,
I'm
you've
not getting
capped.
into the. I'm not going into the side content here, but I mean, Japan alone will see that thing through to like 30, 35 million. Like, we're not having a Wii U situation. Here, with how current world events are going, you never know. It's hard to say. It's already outsold the Wii U.
No, I'm not I was saying like in
But
terms
I
of
mean,
trends like overall, not like oh, we're going to die and we need to like cut
this
our
this might
CEOs like
this might be controversial. I feel like the Wii U was very much they were trying to go way too much in like the kitty content.
right.
I don't see them going that way again. This way they might just be too much in their own asses. 100%.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say until we see what their lineup is. If
You
we
forget
have to
that the
wait.
Switch generation was the last Iwata generation. He passed away in 2015, but
Mhm.
he kickstarted it, which means the first couple
Absolutely.
of years were great. The last couple of years, not so much. And now
Uh,
that we're in the Switch 2, I mean, we got some bangers here and there, but like the trends that I'm noticing this year and probably going into next year are some of the things that I was still seeing. I'm still mad about Luigi's Mansion 2. Like those types of decisions. Just
the
enough.
cheap cash the cheap cash grab ports. I mean, every company does it. Nintendo worse than any because they charge full price for it. 100%.
Like but like they had a successful thing and they didn't run with it. They just trying to shout out bullshit again,
No,
only in like the last
they
3 years or
they
so.
100% ran with it. They didn't run with the Wii. They let the Wii Steam die out within the first couple years. The Switch, they milked that thing until it was dry. And that was the
Very much
problem.
so. Yeah.
But
All right. What do
anyways,
we know? Tell us what we know.
uh, all right. So in January, we know that we're getting the Switch 2 edition of Animal Crossing New Horizons on January 15th, which I should say all the free content is on Switch 1 and Switch 2. So the Switch 2 edition is
Yeah.
actually very disappointing. It's basically just mouse controls and I think like a little megaphone you can call for villagers and stuff
No,
like that.
there's
And
a
then,
whole mode that's not in the update. The
well, there's like,
everything with
yeah,
Cap'n is not in the update. I'm pretty
it
sure.
is.
There was a
The
there
Switch,
was
the Switch The Switch 2 edition just gives you 12-player online, the megaphone, and to use mouse controls. Everything else is in the free update.
that doesn't seem right.
Like that's just free for Switch 1 and Switch 2. That's nothing special for Switch 2. Not Nintendo, but we also have the first Final Fantasy VII remake coming out the following week on the 22nd. Mario Tennis Fever is coming out on February 12th to I don't know.
It
I,
looks like
I I'm
aces. I don't understand. Like,
I mean, the character roster is actually sizable at launch, so I'm kind of hoping we're going back to the more fruitful sports games, but it's a Mario Tennis game. You can only get
yeah,
so excited. We have Pokemon Pokopia coming out on March 5th. This is going to be the first, technically first party game key card. Thanks, Pokemon Company. Launching at $70. I'm sure somebody's excited for that. We don't have a date for it, but we do have Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream and Rhythm Heaven coming out on the Switch 1. We have the Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder coming out in the spring alongside Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Splatoon Raiders is to be confirmed. There's not even a year on it yet, but I'd be pretty safe in assuming it's going to come out in 2026.
I still think that Yoshi title is so funny to me. It's just like Yoshi in the book. Okay.
No, literally.
Yoshi in the fucking book.
From Software, we have Duskbloods coming out as a console exclusive. And we have a new Fire Emblem in Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave coming out some point in the year. And to my knowledge, unless I'm missing something, please feel free to correct me. I believe that's everything major we know. Besides like Elden Ring coming out from third party as well.
Danganronpa 2x2. It's very significant to the timeline. No,
100%. I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of like significant stuff. I mean, if you want to talk about how Hollow Knight is getting DLC, but it's whatever.
I don't want to talk about Hollow Knight. I've gotten back into Silksong last week or so, and I've played over 40 hours of that game. It's so good. I haven't played anything else on my Switch 2 since I beat Prime 4.
It, unfortunately.
Oh, it's so good. It makes me so mad, but it's so good. So how do we want to do this? Would you want to go month by month? We want to talk about like directs and just kind of just stuff like that? Because I can do it any way you'd like.
I think we'll do month to month, and
Sounds good.
We'll have you kind of talk, and then I will interject.
All right, perfect. Let's start off in January then. I mean, I don't foresee any major news drops in January. I kind of think we'll see Animal Crossing, we'll see Final Fantasy VII Remake, maybe a new Mario Galaxy movie trailer sometime this month. I don't think January is going to be exciting.
Only because February is going to be extremely packed. So.
Oh yes, it is. I think the Animal Crossing update will be very much rejoiced by the Animal Crossing community. I don't think it's going to be enough to fix New Horizons' reputation. It's not New Leaf. I feel bad for saying that. Maybe it's just because I grew up with New Leaf. I don't know. I love it. It was a good COVID game. I'm ready to see what's next. I'm hoping for a new game at some point in the generation, which I do think will happen. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Honestly, it's launching at like $40 on the Switch, which I'm picking it up. I'm hoping it's a good port. It looks really good. I'm more so interested to see how Part 2 and especially Part 3 run on the Switch 2, but we'll see how that works when we cross that bridge. And then we come to February, which is probably going to be the busiest month of the year in terms of announcements. First of all, just game release wise, we'll have Mario Tennis Fever on February 12th. Do we want to talk the direct that's probably going to happen, or do we want to talk Pokemon Presents first?
I'll talk Pokemon first. So
all right, let's do it.
You did forget one thing, and I'm just realizing this.
What'd I forget?
Champions.
Pokemon is that coming out in January?
No. When in the what we know.
Oh, and like what's announced? Yeah. Okay, so, I got you.
Pokemon Direct. You already know how it goes. Pretty much the same thing every single year. But this year is the Pokemon's 30th anniversary, so a couple things can happen. First of all, we already know that we're getting Gen 10. It is no question. Is it exclusive to Switch 2?
Already out there.
Is it exclusive to Switch 2? God, I hope so. But based on the leaks, suggesting that it's not.
Leaks are saying it is exclusive.
There were leaks saying that there's part of it is coming to Switch 1 and it sucks. And because it was developed on Switch 1. Yeah.
If Pokemon really does this, they've already lost touch, but if they launch Gen 10 on the Switch 1 after how Scarlet and Violet ran, I think they're morons that are just greedy and money hungry. But I mean, look at Pokopia. Yeah. I will shut up now.
Yeah, so It's looking pretty cool. It seems like, again, like I said, a lot of people shit on Game Freak. Look at their Microsoft game. It seems like they're pretty competent developers. They don't have the time, the money, or I mean, they have the money. They're not given the money. They get like 15K to develop Legend CA. That's some
They get
bullshit.
$5 and a Dave and Buster's gift card.
Yeah, like there's potential in a lot of these games. They're just unable to tap into that. And so they're like, let's just forego graphics to give an okay experience. And so far, based on what we know from the leaks, it could be completely wrong, but this is the second Terra leak, and it hasn't been wrong so far. It's an open world game once again. However, it's kind of inspired a little bit off of like Alola. The original idea for this game was supposed to be um like procedurally generated islands, which again, way out of the like they had to scale the game down because of time. And so now it's just probably predetermined. It's gonna to give context, again, this is a leak. It's gonna be Wind Waker Pokemon, so expect that. Um, and so again, we're getting the split release with Winds and Waves. Nothing pretty much else to talk about it. It's Pokemon. It's more about looking at it and seeing it because again, Pokemon has done vastly different things in this generation. So who knows what it looks like. If you're wondering about a more traditional Pokemon experience, we'll probably won't be getting that until next year with a very special remake that I'm actually more excited about than the next generation. Um, and that's pretty much it when it comes to the big show. I pretty much expect two other things. Obviously, we're going to get mobile game updates. Don't give a shit. Um, the other two things is Pokemon Champions. I think we need to see a release
Agreed.
date for this. I think we understand the concept. We understand the premise. I think we saw a little bit of gameplay and menus, I think, recently. Um, we just need to know when this thing is coming out. And I'm kind of excited for it. I'm not really interested in the whole battle simulation thing. But I think the hardest thing in Pokemon was when Ash walked out and he had all the fucking things on his arm. And he had the Z moves, the Mega Evolution, the Terraslation, or not the Terraslation, the fucking Dynamax. That shit went so hard. And so being able to do that in game sounds amazing. Unfortunately, it sounds like not all Pokemon will be available at launch, which is some bullshit.
Of course not.
But this is the game to have every Pokemon in it. Again, they don't need it in every single generation. I don't really care about the national decks because very few people actually like capture all Pokemon in a given game, but this is the game to kind of have it. I'm a little bit excited for it, but I just want to see a release date. Final thing is it is an anniversary year, which means what sort of callback to Kanto are we getting? Kind of getting Pokopia a little bit, but I think should I throw it out there again? Should I do
Please
it
do.
again?
Go for
Mystery
it.
Dungeon Explorers Deluxe. I'm just gonna say it again, but I know it's not gonna happen. But we'll get something that calls back to an
Sorry,
older game.
I can't hear you. You wanted Gen 1 on Game Boy NSO? We got you, maybe. Probably not.
Well, there was that leak a while ago, the Classics Collection with Gen 1, 2, and 3. I think that has largely been wiped because, again, we're getting something else next year that I'm far more excited about. And I don't want to talk about it here because then I'll say it and then it'll disappear. And I don't want it to disappear. So, obviously, we would love to have it on there. But as Centro said, he might not be a reliable source. But Pokemon does not want the Pokemon games on NSO because then they wouldn't be compatible with Home, which means that they would need to be released separately. Which at least we'll get them on the console, but it'll be
You
sad.
want
But
Gen 1 on the eShop for $15 a pop?
that's gonna. I mean, oh, you guys wanted virtual console? Here you go. You can buy your games individually.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that's fair.
but that's pretty much it. So I think that Wind and Waves is pretty ambitious. Um, and again, I think we need some sort of again, Pokopia might be it, but there might be some sort of remake, callback, something or other, to celebrate. So TLDR.
Yeah, I agree. I also think um, we have two of the GameCube games coming in, NSO at some point. I think we'll get one of them here in February. I don't know which one because
I mean,
I
they're
couldn't tell you the
technically
titles of
not
the two of
Game
them.
Freak games. Again, they're probably treated the same way
Yeah,
as Stadium. They're Genius Sorority games, so
yeah. But they'll go on NSO. Some people will be happy. I will look and be like, okay, where's Twilight Princess? All right. Anyways,
where is Twilight
time to
Princess? I
talk.
don't know.
It'll be somewhere on this list, I think, mayhaps. Um,
But I have a
at
reason for
some
that.
point in the month, probably given Pokemon Days, obviously the last week of February. We have Mario Tennis coming out the second week of February. I'd imagine we'll see the direct on either the 4th or the 18th of February. Don't quote me on that, obviously. I think this is, I don't want to say the do or die direct, but I think if we walk out of another direct feeling the way we walked out of the September direct, Nintendo's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Because, I mean, really, right now we have Pokopia, and then by the time this direct airs, their one, like, first party game might already have released that has a release date. Um, I think Luigi's Mansion 4 is going to be the game that opens the direct. I don't know what the setting's going to be, but I think it will be, say it with me now, more open world, because that's just what Nintendo's on right now. I don't know what the theme would be. I don't think it's going to be multiple mansions again. I don't think it's going to be like a carnival or something. That'd be a cool idea, though. Something like that. That's going to be. I don't think they're going to be stupid enough to do it the day like release it on Halloween again. Except I don't want to say it backfired on them, but it just they need to have like the scene set for like spooky month, not release it the last day of the spooky month.
Yeah.
Um, anything to say on Mansion 4?
It would be nice to have multiple mansions again, and hear me out.
It's not impossible.
Instead, it's like Evershade Valley. That's just like fully explorable, and puzzles might have you pop back and forth between mansions. I think that'd be a cool idea. Honestly, like there's nothing we can really predict with this game because as long as it's Luigi hunting ghosts and puzzles are involved, I think that they can really do whatever they want with this series, and that's what's pretty fun about it. I just hope that they don't pull a Luigi's Mansion 3 again because I wasn't a huge fan of that setting. Not the hotel, just the way it was formatted because it was like it looked like they were kind of developing it like Luigi's Mansion 2, and then when people said they didn't like the mission format, they tried to restructure it like Luigi's Mansion 1, and it came off strange to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I could really tell like I'm like it's giving Luigi's Mansion 2 sometimes.
I get that.
So again, like
Um,
I said, with this type of game, it's just they can do whatever they want, and that's what's cool about it. And I'd be excited
I
either
mean, they
way.
haven't. Next Level hasn't released a game since Mario Strikers, and it's at this point been 3.5 years. So hopefully, a little bit longer of a dev cycle might do them some good because usually they release a game every 3 years.
Hmm.
So they're due. Um, I think we'll see more Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave. We'll probably get a release date. I have it penciled in for August, but obviously, like release dates are so subjective. Like, honestly, throw a dart at a dartboard and you might be right. Um, Splatoon Raiders, I think, will have a pretty big focus. I think we'll actually see more of like what the
God, I
scope
hope so
is.
because they didn't fucking show it
No,
last direct.
no, literally. See, like, I think they literally just announced it to like give them a reason to announce the Switch 2 edition of Splatoon 3. I really
Yeah.
think that was the only reason
Can I
why.
say it?
Uh,
Summer.
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, I have it penciled down for in my list in June. I think it's going to be a pretty sizable game with a pretty sizable $70 price tag. We'll see how it actually
And
turns out, but
the thing that's interesting about this is that yes, it's a spin-off, but like again, the single players of the past have been only 50% of the whole, actually maybe even 25% of the whole package. This is the whole
exactly.
package now. And that's exciting for me because that's all I care about is the single player stuff. So I hope this is a real
And
the thing that I hope, the only thing I hope is that it's a full experience.
I think it will be. And my big prediction that's not big at all, but I just want to say it is I think all of the idols will be in the game at some point. So like Pearl and Marina, Callie and Marie, they'll show up at some point to do something.
Yeah.
Because why the hell not? Um,
At the end of the game, we get teases for the new idols.
That's not a crazy idea.
And
Actually,
then
that
and
you
then
might be
after the
cooking
game,
there.
and at the next direct that comes out after that, we'll get the announcement of Splatoon 4.
Don't agree with that, but just for timing. But I wouldn't be not impossible.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, I think we'll also see release dates for Tamagotchi Life and Rhythm Heaven. I think I put Tamagotchi Life in March. I think that might be a little too early, but we'll see. And then
That's
Rhythm
probably a good
Heaven,
time. Yeah.
Rhythm Heaven in the summer. I think Rhythm Heaven will have a free update that gives the Switch 2 version 120 frames per second. And I think Tamagotchi Life will have a proper like $5 to $10 Switch 2 edition upgrade with some addition, maybe like additional mode or two that'll probably be very, very mouse gimmicky, and people
Yeah.
probably won't care, but they'll pay for it anyway because it's Tamagotchi Life.
Yeah.
We'll see more of the Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder. I think I might have teased this earlier. I do think we'll see a lot more of the single player content. Rosaline as a playable character with a space themed world. Koopalings will take over already existing levels and add new wonder effects, and then obviously some boss battles.
Do we
That'll come out in
see?
April.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. Finish your
Oh,
thought. I apologize.
I was gonna say it's gonna come out in April, probably in the week or two window before or after the Mario Galaxy movie comes out, and then a good little Rosalina tie-in.
Okay. Do you see any NSO updates? And what I mean by that is like, do we see more GameCube games? Do they remind you that if literally all they say, hey, by the way, Virtual Boy.
I think they might remind you of Virtual Boy. I don't think they're gonna announce the next wave of GameCube games, given we still have the two Pokemon games, Mario Sunshine, and I mean they've already I think already kind of broken the like unannounced ones with like Wario World. So I think it'll just be here's something they might.
Still need
Honestly,
WarioWare.
I think, and this is gonna make people laugh. I think the NSO reveal, if we have one for this direct, is going to be Donkey Kong 64 and Smash Bros. For finally for
The
N64.
64 games. Okay.
Exactly.
I think that is
I think
more worth. Again, I think the like if there's ever like a new console, it's usually in September, and so
yeah.
seeing if there's any sort of significant updates, it'd be that for sure.
No. I think we'll continue to see like GameCube games like just every couple months as we have been, but I don't think they're going to announce anything major today or during this direct.
What is there any other major games that they haven't announced yet? Other than I guess, did they announce Twilight Princess yet?
No, I don't think they're going to. I think it'll just show up one day.
Or is it a
Well, they
Wii
may
game?
announce it. Don't. You just stop.
See, that's why I'm not a huge fan of it coming to GameCube. I think it needs to be the HD version. I think it has to be. Because then you're going to confuse the fuck out of people. A lot of people play the Wii version. A lot of people.
I don't think they care. A lot of people played Wind Waker HD. Look where that got it.
Not the Wii U. I mean the Wii version, because it's heavily based on the Wii version. Wait, no, hold on.
It doesn't.
Never
the
mind.
Wii U HD is based on the GameCube version in normal mode. It's
Never
hero
mind.
mode.
I'm not a Zelda fan, okay? I'm sorry, I'm a fake Zelda fan.
Moving on from that, I do think we finally see the first DLC expansion, not free, for Mario Kart World. I think it'll be a shadow drop after the direct. This will be like the big like surprise thing. It'll be 8 new courses, more knockout tour routes. This one will be DK and Mario Galaxy theming with, spoiler alert if you haven't played Bonanza yet, K. Rool, younger Pauline, maybe some new costumes for like the Galaxy movie. Maybe there's like a new character that's in the Galaxy movie that can be put in Mario Kart. I don't know, something like that.
What do you mean? We already got new content in Mario Kart World.
Crickets.
The intermissions.
Crickets. But no, something like that. No, I don't know if these will be like a DLC pass or if it'll be just a la carte. But I think this will drop and it'll be $7.99.
I think
and people will be in
$7.99
just for this 8 tracks. If there's a DLC pass, it'll be like $30.
That's 8 seems like I feel like at least do what they did with Mario Kart 8 on Wii U.
But this is a lot more. This is a lot more difficult to develop because every single track has to be connected in the world.
That's true. I guess,
They
yeah.
gotta put more effort into this, and there'll probably be more like question marks. There might be more Peach medallions in these new tracks, stuff like that. You're paying
Yeah.
for the experience.
Okay.
Um, Another side thing is we'll probably see some paid DLC for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. Probably maybe like a side story focusing on Ganondorf, where you can actually play as him. I'll talk more about that in my like short review I'm doing at some point in the near future. I'm
Didn't
not
they
happy
just
about that.
release free content? Like, not
Free,
too
there was
long?
like free
Oh,
missions, but
okay.
I still could see them doing like a $20 expansion that maybe is like a short side story, just like have you play as Ganondorf. I don't know. We'll see. Um, we'll see a release date for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. This is exactly what I wrote. Will look very cute and fun, but will likely be too easy and more so like Craft the World instead of Woolly World, and I will be sad.
No, it'll be better than Crafted World.
I hope so. I'm not sold on it yet. It looked very. I know Yoshi games are usually targeted towards younger kids. It looks like it's for 8-year-olds.
Woolly World was hard as fuck.
I'm talking about Craft the World.
Crafted World was just. I don't even think kids like that shit. That shit was brain numbing.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I also was like, Woolly World is Woolly World. I wanted Woolly World.
Yeah, that's
Um,
fair.
I think my last small reveal is for a Switch 2 edition of Pikmin 4, which will primarily just be a resolution, like FPS boost. But I do think to charge full price for it, it will have one new world and a bunch of new Dandori challenges so they can get that $20 off you.
Okay.
I don't know. That free update back in November, it felt like, oh, maybe we're not getting a Switch 2 edition. I feel like this is just the stuff they wanted to give us out of Goodwill, and then they're like, so you want to give us $20? How about now? Something like that. We'll
Only
see.
you
I don't
will pay for
I don't
that.
know. For me, like Pikmin feels like one of the last like easy options for like additional content. So I'm
Okay.
hoping, but it's in limbo given the free update. And then finally, to end the direct, and this might not happen until June. I'm putting my eggs in this basket just because I do think June might be more Zelda focused. I think we will get the reveal for the new 3D Mario game, and it'll come out at the end of the year alongside Pokemon. I don't know if it'll be a Galaxy 3 or an Odyssey 2 per se. Like, I don't think it'll be specifically Odyssey 2, but in that formula. But I do think Galaxy 3 is possible. Maybe.
I'm thinking the same
So
thing, and I think I already had my discussion on what I think the next 3D Mario games, and I'm sticking to that. So
I think it's going to be an open world esque Galaxy if it's Galaxy 3.
yep.
Like, I don't know how they do it, but I
I
do
think it
think that's
has to.
happening.
There's like I don't understand all this Galaxy dick riding if we're not getting something Galaxy related. Like Rosalina and Mario Wonder, which she wasn't in there before, which was already weird because she was in 3D World. Galaxy 1 and 2 coming to Switch separately and together, which again, it could be Nintendo being money hungry, but it's also still exceptionally strange. Amiibo for a
Mm,
fucking 10 plus year old game, 15-year-old game. Why?
we jumped Mario 64, we jumped Mario World. We have the Galaxy movie as
Yeah.
the second movie.
When it was teased and it was copyrighted that it was going to be the Mario World movie. Why? That means Galaxy 3, right? I might be huffing
I
copium right
I
now,
feel
but
like I feel like this is the best chance we have for it. I I just want it to be more so like a mix between Galaxy, obviously. I want a little bit of Odyssey in there. I want a good bit of like Bowser's Fury. I really liked where they were heading with Bowser's Fury. I
and
don't
that
want to
works
see
for the
that direct
Galaxy
from Spree.
format. I mean, instead of
I
water,
agree.
you planet hopping.
Maybe like you have like one like open like constellation where it's like the size of 3 or 4 galaxies that you can like just kind of explore around.
And it's
Something
it's
like
it's
that. I don't know.
the Galaxy games are open, quote unquote, but it's linear because you're forced on a specific path. If they just removed that, and added more planets, they're golden. And also, don't
Exactly.
forget, Nintendo does like fulfilling promises 90% of the time. Miyamoto did say that they weren't done with the Galaxy concept, they just didn't know what to do with it. He did say
I
that a
I
long
think this
ass
is their
time
best chance.
ago.
I would not bet money on it being Galaxy 3. I do I do think it's very likely. What I do think, this is probably my shakiest prediction, because we did just get Donkey Kong 6 months
Yeah.
ago. I think these were being worked on in tandem. Obviously, Koizumi didn't have much involvement in Donkey Kong. I think this is coming this year. I think this is going to be the honestly 1, 2, 3 punch with Mansion 4, 3D Mario, and then Pokemon. I think that's going to be the banger holiday that
Po-
the system really solely needs.
I'm gonna be completely real with you, and this is gonna be extremely bold. I think Pokemon's gonna be good this time.
I hope so. I really want it to be good.
And
I I,
the
I don't
Switch
I
2 is
don't like
gonna
hating on
get
Pokemon.
that boost it needs. Why am I holding a giant sausage? I couldn't tell you.
I mean, here's the thing, and this sounds really bad. Um, Pokemon will sell even if it's not good.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
But is
But
it a
that's it
system
for the
seller at this point?
Sword and Shield was a system seller.
Post
And I'm not
ZA.
saying Sword and Shield
Post
was bad.
ZA.
That's
ZA
fair.
was a
I don't
great
know.
game, and people still shat all over it. So
I don't know. And that's why I really hope that we do not see a Switch One logo when that game gets announced in February. I'm like, if they want to sell systems, they gotta have it not on Switch One. And I also worry that game's gonna explode Switch Ones. Scarlet and Violet almost
yeah.
did that.
I mean,
For
Starlight Violet
by the
runs
time this
pretty
game
good.
comes,
It doesn't look good, but it runs pretty good on Switch too.
it
Switch 2.
on Switch Two,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, on Switch One though, that
Oh
was
no.
by the time this game comes out, that'll be 4 years
And that's why I
gap.
say like
If
ZA looks okay on Switch too. Like again, the flat textures, whatever.
But I
But
mean, this is very much a more open concept for Pokemon. If they have this on Touch Switch One, in my opinion, I'm not going to be very
it's been
happy with
a
them.
longer development cycle. They had a really high ambition. They cut it back. I think
Hmm.
we're in for something hopefully pretty
I hope so.
good. Pretty fingers. I mean,
Um,
X and Y wasn't that good, but it looked good. It was stable. If the bare minimum is X and Y, I think we're in for a treat.
yes. Any other first party stuff you think we could see in this direct before I rattle off some third party announcements?
I'm gonna. I guess I'm removing 3D Mario. I didn't expect it to be here, but you are right. I think um, Zelda will
I
be the
think June's
primary
going to be more
focus in
Zelda.
June.
Yep.
Um, I'll throw in Peach Showtime again. I don't think that Switch 2 game is happening, but I want to be different and quirky. I'm gonna throw that in there as well because you
Okay.
didn't really predict any like other than Pikmin 4. So,
I mean, really, I kind of think they really blew their load early on. I can't remember if I talked
pause.
about this with like in this. I can't remember if I
Jesus.
talked about. Oh my god, I can't remember if I talked about this in the pre-show or like early in the recording. But I think I said I think there's going to be like another wave or two of free updates with like Xenoblades stuff like that. I don't think we're going to get many paid like Switch 2 edition expansions. I
Mm.
think they kind of did the big ones early on. I mean, Pikmin 4, Wonder, Animal Crossing, the Zeldas, a lot of the like the ones you already think about, like the 2D Zeldas, Odyssey, those got free updates. I mean, we're kind of already, I don't want to say we're running low on games here, but there's only so much they can really do.
Yeah,
So,
that's
I don't
true.
know. We'll see how it goes. Um, okay, so for third party, I'm just gonna rattle. I have like 5 or 6 that are unannounced that I think could happen.
You're talking
Elden
ports?
Ring, I think, yeah,
Okay.
Elden Ring, I think we'll finally get a release date for summer, aka not 2025.
Is Night Rain
Um,
also included with that as well?
no, I
No?
don't
Okay.
think so. I don't think so. I do think by the time this game comes out, it will be a very nice port, and they will have learned their lesson to not rush it out. And thankfully, it'll be a really good game. It'll be People will be excited to play it on Switch too. I think we'll see the announcement that Persona 4 Remake is going to launch day and date on Switch 2. And then I also think we're going to see Metaphor ReFantazio come to the Switch 2 as well. From Bethesda or whoever does it, Doom: The Dark Ages, I think will come at some point
Yeah.
in 2026.
They like doing that. what is it? Red Alert Games or Red something like that.
something like that. We've been
They do a
hearing
good job.
rumblings about this over the past few days. I do think 2026 will finally be the year that Call of Duty makes the jump.
Yeah, we did hear about that as a few months ago, or no, like not even a month ago. Um, I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Black Ops 7. I think it's gonna be an
I
older
don't think
game.
so either.
I think
We'll see.
Black Ops 3, please.
We'll see how it goes. I know nothing about the series. I don't care about the series. I will not play this series on Switch 2. These last two games are ones I don't feel super confident in, but I wanted to put them in just for sake of discussion. GTA 5 and Hi-Fi Rush. I think Hi-Fi has a better chance than GTA 5. We're supposedly supposed to see Red Dead 2 come to the Switch, and I think that's gonna
Yeah.
happen not during a direct. I think Rockstar will just announce that on their own accord, which
There's
is why I don't think we'll see.
also references to potentially another trilogy coming, I think,
We'll see.
or specifically four, something like that.
GTA
So
4 is apparently in the works. I don't know how that's going with in terms of them trying to balance that in GTA 6. I do
Rockstar
not
will
think
make an
GTA 6 will
appearance.
come. GTA 6 is not going to come. It may come down the line. I do not think it'll be anywhere
No.
near like the ballpark of release. I mean, I've heard the logic. If they can get it running on the Series S, if they really want to, they can probably get it on the Switch too. I think it'd be a little bit of a disaster, but I'm sure they could do it if they really wanted to. I don't
I
think it's worth it though.
I'm gonna throw a number out there, and the number doesn't really exist yet. I think it'll be about the same time as the PC port, because I
Okay,
think
so
that
like maybe late 27 or early 28 or something like that.
yeah,
That's
which
fair.
God, that's a
Okay.
fucking long time, but sure, yeah.
hmm Okay. So I think that's it for February. These next few months should go pretty fast. March is going to bring the release of Pokopia on March 5th. I will not be touching this game unless it reviews very well because I'm sorry, Game Key Card plus $70 Pokemon game that's not a mainline game.
To me,
Recipe for
it
disaster.
to me it's a spin-off. And
That's
spin-offs, yes,
fair.
I do cover them, but they're not worth physical purchases anyway for me. Um,
I get
I
that.
The only ones that I consider mainline is Stadium and the Coliseum games. Not even Battle Revolution, just those four
Fair.
games. So
Um, but beyond that, maybe Tamagotchi Life could come out later in the month. I have on my predictions March 26th.
oh
We'll
god,
see.
just
I think,
Pokopia that month, that would be rough. So
yeah, I'm hoping either the Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder or Tamagotchi Life. I think, honestly, either one. I think Tamagotchi Life will be a very, very well made niche experience. Like the people who like Tamagotchi Life will love the sequel, but I don't think it's going to bring in many new fans, which is totally okay.
yeah,
April will have the Switch 2 edition of Mario Wonder. I think as long as the single
yep.
player content is pretty expanded, I think it'll be received
I
pretty
think
well.
I think that's a good slot. I mean, we might get another Mario. I think, and maybe the Princess Peach one, but I think last time we got Luigi's Mansion at the same time as the Mario movie. Luigi's Mansion 2, or my
It was a no, that was no. We got Mario Wonder announced a couple. That was when everything got announced a couple months later. The
oh,
movie was
okay,
in April, and then we got Wonder RPG and
okay.
Mansion and
Well,
Peach Showtime all announced in that one
I
direct.
was gonna say that it'd be nice to have something Mario to buy after the
Exactly.
movie. So
Something with Rosalina to buy. Because she's already been leaked to be a playable character, so
no,
she's in.
she
We
was
know
in
she's
the
in the game.
direct. She was there. She was two
Exactly. Like
pixels, but she was there.
there's no denying that. We will get the next GameCube NSO drop. I think this will be the Fire Emblem. I always forget the name, but the Fire Emblem game that was announced in that original
Mhm.
lineup. And then
And then
finally, the last name that we'll have.
immediately, as soon as it releases, the price drops. I'm just kidding.
No, literally though. Um, the Super Mario Galaxy movie will come out. It'll be pretty well made for a Mario movie. I my one prediction is going to be I don't know if it'll be post credits or if it'll actually be in the main story. I think Wario will be a character in the movie to some extent.
Okay, that's a good prediction.
Whether it be teasing the next one or something like that. I think Yoshi, obviously Yoshi, Donkey Kong doesn't seem like he's going to be in the movie at all.
He's not because
I
he's
don't have
getting
it.
his own movie.
That's my thing. It's like I don't have this in my predictions, but I do think at some point in 2026 they're going to announce that they're making a Donkey Kong movie.
I think that it will. I think Donkey Kong may show up like during like the final bit, but he won't have any speaking lines or anything. Like
We'll see.
he'll
I
exist in the movie in some capacity, I'm sure.
fair, fair. That's it for April. May, pretty quiet month. I think we'll see Yoshi and the Mysterious Book come out early in the month. I put May 7th. And then we'll see the Pikmin 4 Nintendo Switch 2 edition on May 28th, if that exists. I think both will be pretty okay for the fan base, but I mean, obviously the same breaking no headlines here.
All right, since you
Um,
started off with the direct, I want to start off this time because I
okay.
got something special here. So, uh, I think we see. I think this is going to be a primarily Zelda focused direct. I think they're going to say, "Oh, by the way, Zelda's old, but not really though. We're not going to make like a special logo for it or nothing. But Zelda's here, um, which I think that we are going to get a full trailer for the Zelda movie. It'll be or it'll be the bare minimum. Okay, it'll be a teaser trailer in the truest sense. Um, I also see them right afterwards because they're like, "Oh, Zelda, we have to have a game." Twilight Princess HD. Um, and I don't really know what else to put here because it's definitely not a new game. 100% a remake of some capacity. So I put Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, even less so the season games, but there's still an option on the table. Anyway, Zelda remake. And I have also 3D, or not 3D. I'm just gonna say Kirby. I think it needs to be a new 3D
So
Kirby game, but
I
I'm just gonna say
realized
Kirby.
I going back to my February direct, this like direct announcement might be shuffled around. I forgot to mention. I don't think we're going to see a new 3D Kirby game quite yet. I do think we'll probably get that Kirby Planet Robobot
Okay,
like deluxe. I think that's going to
that
be what
works.
comes out.
Okay.
I had it in the February direct. Who knows at this
Is this
point?
a Switch
But I
One
do think
game? This is a Switch One game, isn't it?
100%,
Okay.
100%. It'd be a Switch One game.
I have Xenoblades 2 and 3 specifically, probably X as well. Either these are free updates or Switch 2 editions with nothing really added.
I agree.
Regardless, Xenoblade is shown here. And are you ready for the craziest thing that I have?
Let's hear Pikmin 5.
Halo.
I can see Halo.
I
I
don't
can
know
see
if it's
Halo.
Master Chief or if they're gonna be like, oh hey, uh, that Halo remake, it's gonna be coming to Switch. I don't know when, but it'll be coming to Switch. Two.
I can see it.
That's all I got.
Is that what you? Okay. Um, I hate
Oh
that
wait, did I say
I have.
Smash?
No, go ahead.
That's my Switch 2 edition prediction. It's Smash.
What do you think we're getting with Smash? Do you think we're getting some more
Uh,
characters, more stages?
I talked about it in our Switch 2 edition predictions video. The fuck did I just say? Uh, but I think it's like a stand-in for a Fighters Pass 3. I don't think it's like
Okay.
6 characters, but it could be. It's again similar format, just character stage, lots of music. Like I mean, I can only again if it's not 6, I can see one third-party character and all first-party characters. And
I think that's fair.
I don't remember what I said in that video, but just for the sake of shock value, Crash Bandicoot, because why the fuck not?
Please.
Because that's, I mean, honestly, like again, I still want Geno, of course, but that's long. That ship has sailed at this point. But again, main prediction here is that it's primarily first party, just because again, it's not a new release. We'll be getting that. We'll get a new Smash at some point. But for now, I think this is good enough, and I think
I
20
agree.
bucks is, or not 20 bucks, $10 is pretty good for essentially a Fighters Pass 3. So,
I mean, I won't be mad if Smash is the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe of this generation, honestly. Like, that game is just the game that keeps on giving. I'm not in a rush for the next one.
yeah.
Um, Oh, it breaks my heart that I can't agree with you on Wind Waker and Twilight Princess because I want to
Again,
agree with you so much on
Zelda
that.
something, because there's a Zelda focus here. Zelda movie tease
So,
again, tease, because they filmed something,
yeah.
and
He's
a new game, a game has to come out. So this year,
so for me, I before I get to my direct predictions, I just want to say Splatoon Raiders could come out in June. I think we'll see Mario Sunshine as this month's GameCube NSO game. Moving into the direct, I think we'll see quite a big focus on the 3D Mario game. A, more information on already announced games that haven't released yet. I didn't want to do my spiel with this. For Zelda, I think we're going to see Mr. Aonuma. He's going to be like,
I got
hey,
inspiration from Age of
how's it
Imprisonment.
going? How's it going, besties? I haven't seen y'all in quite a while. Um, I think he's gonna say work on the next mainline Legend of Zelda game is currently in production. We don't have a release timing for it yet, but here's a couple pieces of concept art and something like maybe we'll see like a screenshot of Link or something. Nothing major. Like he's very clear. Like this is a few years out. Please do not expect this anytime soon. Something like that. He will announce a couple. I think we'll see the casting for Impa and Ganondorf, and maybe a couple more production pictures. And
Oh,
then he'll
Numa's gonna
confirm
do
that.
that.
Yeah, why wouldn't he?
I don't know. I just feel like Miyamoto will be there somewhere in the corner. I don't know.
He might. Hey, maybe they're doing this together. Um, I think at this point he announces like we'll show you more info later in the year. Um, he will announce Twilight Princess is coming to GameCube NSO either I think later in the year or same day.
Okay.
I think that's I hate to be that person. I think that's our Zelda release for the year.
That doesn't track.
But in spring 2027, we will have a full-blown Ocarina of Time remake.
Yes, but also not here.
I think that's I think that's the ending of the direct. I think that's where they're announcing it because it'll be spring of next year.
I put it as September, but
Yeah, I think it might be in like the Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom placement for next year for 2027. I think
all right.
that's their big 40th anniversary game. It won't come out on the 40th anniversary, but clearly they've got plenty of Zelda stuff in the pipeline. Obviously, the big release being a GameCube NSO game is going to sting a little bit, but I do kind of think that they don't have anything major, and like seeing a glimpse of the next mainline Zelda game, a remake, and then finally getting people to shut up about Twilight Princess is going to be enough for the broad Nintendo fan base.
All right. I
Outside of that, oh
I
god,
just don't think that really counts as a game. Again, it could be on the broadest spectrum of what they consider a game, but it needs to have a physical release of some capacity, in my opinion.
I think the most we're getting, and this does make me sad because I do want a full game. I think we'll see the DLC for Warriors, Twilight Princess, and then the Zelda movie trailer at the end of the year, and that's how they celebrate the anniversary. And then the promise of Ocarina coming out early in the following year. Like
All right.
it's not the biggest, but I mean, 2021 we got Skyward Sword. I know that was a good celebration, but I mean,
It was not a good
I don't know.
celebration, but it was a game that came.
It was a game.
It was a game that
I don't know.
came out, and that is
I'm
my
keep.
concern.
The problem is we've gotten brand new Zelda games the last 3 years.
Hmm.
I don't think we're ready for a remake. Besides one that's already been released. So like, yeah, they could totally do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. But now that we have it on NSO, I'm like, I don't think they're gonna do it. And that makes me sad, but I don't think they're gonna do it. But I could talk Zelda all day. Moving on from that, a couple of third-party games I think we could see. I think we'll see Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 probably for early 2027. I think we'll see Microsoft announce Starfield because apparently
I'm
that's
gonna I'm
still
gonna
a thing.
put a pin in that real quick. I think
Yeah.
that during Summer Games Fest, I think Square
Mhm.
Enix is gonna show off Part 3, and I think in Nintendo's trailer they're gonna be like, "Hey, Rebirth is coming probably soon. Part 3 is also coming, not at the same
Well, they've already
time,
well they've already confirmed that the entire trilogy is coming to Switch too.
but
Like that's already
I
been
think they're
confirmed.
I think that they're because it's going to be announced about the same time. I
Oh,
think
I
they're gonna
agree.
yeah. So
Like we'll have a Switch 2 logo on there, and then something in the direct. The last thing I think we're finally gonna see. Please don't prove me wrong on this. I think we're gonna see full non-cloud versions of all the Kingdom Hearts games, and they're going to announce that Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming to Switch 2. Maybe not at launch, but it will be coming to Switch 2.
don't give me hope.
I they'd be
I am
stupid not to.
I am hating him right now. They canceled Missing Link. They don't know what they're doing with Kingdom Hearts 4, and they're scared of disappointing fans again. I already know this because Kingdom Hearts 3 was a train wreck. And
Fair.
I I don't even have a prediction that we see Kingdom Hearts 4 or anything Kingdom Hearts this year.
I don't know enough about Kingdom Hearts. I'm gonna be real with you.
You
This was
really
just
struck a chord because I watched Nico B once again because we had a Japanese exclusive direct for PlayStation where they absolutely needed to show something Kingdom Hearts 4 and they didn't. And that's where I'm like,
yep.
they're not ready. They can't.
Who knows? I don't know enough. I don't play Kingdom Hearts. It was just like okay, maybe. All right. Besides Splatoon and the Direct, I think that's basically June. July, I think is going to be a calmer month. I think if we do have Planet Robobot Deluxe coming out, it'll be somewhere in July. Same with Rhythm Heaven Groove. That's a very small game. Um, Both will be received well. Nothing major. Move on to August.
Does
I think we'll
Metroid
see Fire.
Prime get any more content?
No,
Not even a
not
update like Dread did?
maybe like a boss rush like Dread did, but I don't think it's going to be anything major. That could just be dropped anytime.
Okay.
Um, Fortune's Weave I think will come out sometime in August. GameCube NSO for this month, shock to nobody, will be Twilight Princess. And then I also think we'll see From Software's Dustbloods come out. I think it'll be controversial, but I do think that the FromSoft fans will enjoy it. I don't know if they'll enjoy it enough to buy Switch 2s, but we shall see.
Do you think that this will be
In
enough to satisfy Bloodborne fans?
And it's hard to say. They're very feeble people. I think it being multiplayer is gonna like make them unhappy and like try to use that as a reason to not support the game. But I think it'll review well, people like it, and then people will still play it. But it's not going to be a traditional FromSoft game unless like you're really into like Elden Ring, Night Rain.
Okay.
That was was Elden Ring FromSoft or was that Bandai?
That was FromSoft.
I'm confused. Okay, it was. I wasn't sure. I
Yeah.
totally like lost myself there for a second. Okay, it'll probably be more like Elden Ring Night Rain than what people want,
You're
which is
gonna play
fine.
it with one Joy-Con?
Oh God, no. September is our last like big direct of the year. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think Luigi's Mansion 4 comes out end of September, a
Wait, when is
couple weeks after
Virtual
the
Boy
direct.
coming out? Is that the beginning of the year?
February.
Okay.
I forgot to add that in. Yeah, it's like February. It's like February 18th or something like that, somewhere around there.
The thing that's gonna piss me off is that there's like 12 games on the damn thing, and like if we don't get every single one of them, including the Japanese games, within 2026, I think they've lost their damn minds.
Oh no, they totally have if
There
that's
is
not the
literally okay.
case. I'm
I'm never gonna play any of those games, but there's literally fucking like 15 games across multiple regions. The only games I care about are
mhm,
Jack Bros, Mario Clash, and Wario Land. Wario Land is honestly the most important because that is a real game. That is a good game.
exactly.
And the other thing is,
Yeah.
they better let me play that shit in 2D.
Yeah, that's fair. Um last September, like our September direct, This one I think is going to be a lot of reveals for 2027.
Yeah.
Not a lot, like a couple, nothing major. Nothing major.
Is there really anything
Um,
else
I
for the rest of the year though, other than Mario and
I
Pokemon?
we will see Eternal Darkness come to GameCube NSO in October, and then the other Pokemon GameCube game come out in December. Besides that, I think we'll see one more Mario Kart DLC, which I'll talk about in the direct, and then yeah, Pokemon and 3D Mario. I think that's kind of it for the rest of the year. So it's a great lineup, assuming all three games are great, which I do think they
Yep.
will be.
Do we
Um,
see do we see any more NSO stuff? Because I think DS is next personally. I don't see that until 2027 at the earliest. However, I'm thinking that they could just pull a stupid ass console out of their ass, which I'm actually kind of predicting that they still will. Um, which that could be, TurboGrafx. That could be another Sega for some godforsaken reason.
yeah, I think
Um,
DS is next.
Pokemon
I
Mini.
do. I don't think we see a console announced in this direct, but I do think we'll see like a wave of like multiplayer GameCube games. So I think we'll see Mario Kart Double Dash, a couple Mario parties, just to kind of like set up the following year. Nothing major though. Um, I think we're gonna get two big reveals and another look at Ocarina of Time remake. Besides like the stuff that's already announced. Before I get into that though, I think we'll see another 8 tracks for Mario Kart that'll come out in November. Probably like a winter theme. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe they finally take us to Woohoo Island. I can dream.
There are
But it's
these
kind of the
these 8 courses. So we're now at 16.
yeah. This will be 16
Um,
more. It'll be a few more
are
knockout tour routes and
we
more characters.
are we predicting like for retro for Nitro? Are we predicting like a zero
Whatever the
retro?
hell they feel like, because they'll
Okay.
all feel new. Because I mean, that's the thing. Is
Oh
like the
my
retro
god.
tracks. You could tell.
Desert
I mean, they have
Hills
to.
and fucking Wario Shipyard.
They will take us to Woohoo Island. They will put Coconut Mall on that island, and I will be happy because I have the two Woohoo tracks, Coconut Mall, maybe like Sunshine Airport to get there. I don't know.
We're gonna get Minecart Mayhem.
Hazy Cruiser to travel over there.
Damn, you know what? Having a traveling stage is actually crazy. That would be fun.
It's could you imagine like just doing 3 laps and at the end instead of like using like um
What
the
if it's like a randomized like route? Like you can
yeah,
go
no,
to
literally
any track after that, depending on where you're at. That could be sick.
that'd be really
Again,
well.
this
I
is,
was
this is
imagining
also
like
bringing back like Rainbow Road. Why the fuck is that not in the open world? I get it; it's a long ass
literally,
stage, which they can't. But like,
literally.
if it's a retro one, maybe they can have it like SNES Rainbow Road. That shit could be anywhere, and it's low to the ground
Yeah,
too,
no,
canonically. So
literally. I mean, honestly, something like that. I do think it'll be really fun to see over the next few years how they expand this game to like be a bigger open world.
Fortnite.
But I'm more excited to talk about the two new reveals I think we're going to see in this direct. I'm going to start with the more like the more expected one. I think we're going to see Mercury Steam again, and we're going to see the next 2D Metroid for 2027. That will be
Sorry, it's
the sequel to
Castlevania.
Dread. Wait,
Castlevania
what?
3 or
Oh
Castlevania.
my no!
No, I'm just kidding.
No, we'll
Um,
see the Dread sequel. Metroid is not dead again.
is Metroid Prime 4, because they did talk about timeline placement. This is after Dread, right?
I honestly could not tell you. I
Because
do not know nothing about their timeline.
all of the Prime games up until this point take place between Metroid 1 and Metroid 2, I
Mm.
believe. Um, and they said Prime 4 does not take place during that time, which makes me to believe if we do get a Metroid Prime or a Metroid 6, what does that look like now?
I mean, I think it'll be. I don't want to say it's going to be a direct sequel to Dread, but I do think it'll obviously succeed Dread.
I'm gonna go
I
ahead
guess we'll.
and just for the sake of the record, I'll say I agree with you. I think it makes sense. I think this is a good time. Super Metroid remake instead.
Hey, I'm not against that. I wouldn't be against it.
That's the next game. Technically, I'm still mad that they skipped Paper Mario 1, but um, yeah, it's. I mean, they remake 2. I mean, unless they port 2, which I don't think people would be
I don't
opposed
think
to either. So
no, but I think either a Metroid 6 or a um Super Metroid is kind of the way to go on this. And then this is my more wild card prediction that could happen, could not happen. I'm hoping it does because I do want. It's been over a decade since we've seen this IP. I think we see the return of Star Fox. Please,
I could honestly care less at this
please.
point.
I just want to see this franchise do well. Like I love the characters. I don't care too much about the
I
gameplay, but
mean,
I want to see.
they were able to do that for a good portion of like Pikmin,
Mm-hmm.
even though Pikmin never really left, really. Um,
No, but I mean, Pikmin never was massive either, and it's still
yeah,
not massive. But I mean, it's selling well to be in like the
yeah.
big group of like series.
Pikmin, Metroid, hopefully Tamagotchi and Rhythm Heaven, which I doubt. Um,
Yeah,
Star Fox is next, and hell, even Zelda, one of Pokemon or one of Nintendo's big three, is twice as big as it has ever been. So
exactly. But yeah, this will end the year. I'm gonna say what's not going to be announced this year. So I mean, this will leave 2026 without Splatoon 4 being announced, a new Animal Crossing, a new Smash. We won't have Monolith's next game quite yet. I do think we'll see that early in 2027
what
because they do
if,
like roughly every 5 years.
what if that Nintendo's working on this Ocarina of Time remake, but the I'm gonna say Breath of the Wild 3 for lack of a better choice of
Sure.
word, a fully developed Monolith Soft Zelda game.
I'm going to say no, but I do think they could do, I'm not going to say a spin off, but more like a side story for Zelda. I think they could have full reins on that, but I do not think the Zelda team will let go of the mainline Zelda project for half a decade, you know?
Any
I could see, like,
Xenogears remake?
yeah. I mean, it's hard to see where they're going to go because, I mean, they had that from almost a decade ago. They had that concept art of like the high fantasy.
Yeah.
It, I
Someone
mean,
said
I'm
in an
really,
interview recently that Nintendo wanted Monolith Soft to make a full Zelda game.
they did.
So
I mean, we'll see if it actually happens. I would have my trust in them.
yeah.
I just don't think Al Numa's gonna let go of the reins completely. Like he may give them like, hey, you can make this 3D Zelda game, and like this could be like our B project, but I'm still gonna work on what I believe is like the future of Zelda.
I think it's still so funny that they're like, okay, guys, here's our 2026 recap. We made Xenoblade X and Mario Kart World. Congratulations. It's like,
No, literally,
this
and it
company
kind of
is
cracks
so
me up.
much better than that. Like, what the hell?
They're always busy though. I'm sure they got their hands in the next Zelda. They've got their hands in the next Animal Crossing to a certain extent because they helped on a New Horizons. They've got their own projects going on.
To me, they're just world design. And, like, when it comes to extra help, like, if they're making a full on Xenoblade, they know how to make their RPGs, they know how to make MMOs. But, like,
Exactly.
when it comes to helping out, they just know how to craft a world. Mario Kart World's world is fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. It's
Yeah.
just more to
It
be.
just needs more content.
Yeah, that's not Monolith Soft's fault. Monolith Soft did a great job,
No.
and so that's why I'm
Exactly.
like Pokemon. Hello,
Yeah.
that's the one thing you
Yeah.
can't
I
do.
mean, and to tie a bow on it, I think this will be a very strong 2026. I think Pokemon's going to be pretty good. If we get Galaxy 3, that's going to be mind blowing. Luigi's Mansion 4, Luigi's Mansion ever since 2 basically has been selling extremely well. So I think that'll be a big addition. The promise of Metroid, the next, like a remake of a full on remake of Ocarina of Time, that's going to be really exciting for people. I think people are going to be a lot more optimistic about the Switch 2 at the end of next year than they are right now.
Yeah,
I said this to you before we started recording. this really does feel like they knew the first 6 months were really going to be mainly the diehards buying the system.
Hmm.
So they really did like the more niche IP that they know like is not going to have a wide appeal, like Hyrule Warriors, Kirby Air Riders, Metroid, Donkey Kong, and Mario Kart are the exceptions, but even Donkey Kong is a lot more niche than 3D Mario, and they have to know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
like Mario
I
Kart should have
yeah,
been that game, but it wasn't, unfortunately. Donkey Kong's a little too niche. Metroid's very niche. Kirby Air
and on
Riders,
Switch One,
you kind of like need to be a pre-existing Air Riders fan, and then all you got is Pokemon, and Pokemon was on Switch One, so it didn't really matter. And then
literally like
Age of
the only
Calamity requires you to play Tears of the Kingdom pretty much.
and like Muso games,
It's that too.
it's a hard
And then we
it's a
got
hard sell.
Galaxy, but that was also on Switch. Well, only on Switch One. So
The only two games that were on Switch 2 exclusively that are going to be must-haves in the future are Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. Like Metroid's on both, Pokemon's on both. Air Riders and Warriors are going to be like, these are niche games in the future. These are hidden gems, they'll call them. That's just how it's going to be.
yeah.
Like, it's just it was a niche year for the
Oh,
diehards,
don't
which is
forget
good
about
for them.
Drag X Drive.
I wish I could forget about Drag X Drive.
And Welcome Tour. Oh yeah,
Oh
wasn't I
god.
supposed to review that game?
I I didn't even finish it.
Oh, I finally got the camera. I can actually 100% it now.
You can.
Yeah.
Thanks thanks for your sacrifice.
I 100%ed Welcome Tour, so you don't have to. There you go.
That
Video
should be
idea for
that should be the I was
2026.
gonna say that should be the title of the video. All right,
Oh
I
boy.
gotta be up early, so let's wrap this up here. I think we had a pretty good discussion.
Yeah, it is of course way too long, as per usual. But
Oh, this is just the norm for our predictions because we like to ramble and at least go off
so
in 5 different directions.
overall,
All right,
right now I'm just not really satisfied right now, and so I'm
that's fair.
hoping next year it just is at least a little bit like I didn't play much on my Switch 2 this. I didn't play much at all this year, and the Switch 2 was supposed to make me play more, and it did not.
See,
So
I can't relate to that, but I like all these franchises. That kind of really does
I
go to show like
tried to
how
play Metroid. I tried
I
to play
know,
Metroid,
I
even
know.
though I know I'm gonna like Donkey Kong, and I still haven't played Donkey Kong.
But I mean, if we come back to this discussion this time next year and we're still feeling like that, I'm gonna be a little bit worried for Nintendo. Like they need to get more like on more stable ground, and the February direct they need to have a really
Hey,
strong direct.
PS6 is coming soon. Oh
Oh,
God.
we'll see if they can afford the components for it while Mr. AI takes it all.
I mean, shit, it might be Mr. AI.
No, literally.
I mean, the Switch has AI in it, whether you like it or not. Switch 2 has AI in it.
All
So,
right.
anyways,
Well,
my fault.
thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, comment what you think's going to come out next year if you disagree or agree with us. Are we? I'm assuming we're still partnering with Dubby. If you want to give us some Dubby info before we go, I don't. Do
Uh,
we have any Dubby info?
Free Ren collab. That's pretty cool. Sad you don't like anime as much. So we just got a Chainsaw Man and a Free Ren collab back to back. We changed our code. It is now
Ooh.
CAP21 to get 10% off your order. And actually, I'm not allowed to say this. I'll tell you after the show. But keep using our code because we're pretty close. So keep using our code. I'll be able to have some crazy W announcements soon. So as long as you keep, if you stop using our code, we're fucked. So,
Then don't stop using our code.
Yeah,
Buy your energy drinks. Come on.
they're good. They taste good.
Perfect. All right. See you guys later. Check us out on our socials. Bye.